awesome, absolutely awesome.
I love it when a plan comes together. Definitely worth a look. Yeah, it was well on par.
Right, hi everybody, good evening. Okay, today is Thursday, 30th of August, just one more day and then we enter September. Year's going pretty quickly, but August has been pretty slow, to be honest. Anyway, last night I went to see Total Recall. It's the remake, starring Colin Farrell, Kate Beckinsale, Jessica Biel, and also Bill Nighy as well was featured in there. And obviously, as you know, it's a remake of the original that had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Michael Ironside as well. Now, while the original was based on Mars, this particular version had a very interesting concept, and I was actually quite intrigued by it. And here I was thinking maybe in some couple of 100 years that could be happening here as well, where the world has got to a point of where the majority of it is uninhabitable. And you've got the United Federation of Britain, and then the colony, which is actually down in Australia, and they've got this tunnel that goes right through the Earth's core, known as the Fall, basically, and that's how workers travel to and from the colony to the United Federation of Britain, which is also known as the UFB. And what I thought was really interesting about that is, sometime in the future that could be happening, and when they're going through the core, for example, they put on no gravity, so you're basically moving around, and I think that's to do with the heat of the core of the Earth, basically. Anyway, enough of the scientific side of things. Let's get to the film itself. As I say, it's got Colin Farrell, who stars as Douglas Quaid. He's not too sure about the life that he's living. He feels that maybe he should be living another life altogether. And his wife, Kate Beckinsale, is, pretty much letting him know that, yeah, fair enough, we might not have gotten what we wanted, but we're still happy together, kind of thing. It turns out that I'd like to call him the president, although he's more of a leader, some sort of guy called Cohagen. I've completely forgotten the actor that plays him, but he is after the people, the resistance, the rebellion, and they're led by a guy called Matthias, who's played by Bill Nighy. And what I actually quite liked about it, excuse me, I'm just looking up for the guy who plays Cohagen, Bryan Cranston, there you go. And what we find is that he wants to take down Matthias. Cohagen basically wants to take down Matthias, but he's having trouble locating him. But what we find about Doug, as you do in the original, is that he is not actually Douglas Quaid as such. He's someone else entirely, and who the person that he is, well, I'm not going to say too much about it because I don't want to give the plot away for you guys if you haven't seen anything, if you haven't seen it yet. But if you've seen the original, you're pretty much aware of the plot. That's cool. So basically, as I say, the way that it goes is you've got Jessica Biel, who was part of Douglas Quaid's sort of previous life. So he goes to Recall. He hears about Recall, what it does. It can give you the memory of whatever you want, live the life of what you want, the fantasy you've always wanted. And they peg him as a secret agent, and they pretty much, make him a secret agent. I say that they make him a secret agent because he actually is a secret agent. By the time they put the needle in, he's already been activated as such. But that aside, as I say, the plot is pretty simple. You'll probably guess what happens anyway. As I say, if you've seen the original, then you know what to expect. What I did like, it had pretty good little touches, little references to the original. Okay, not going to say which ones they were. One pretty much stood out in particular. If you've seen the trailer, you'll know what I'm talking about. You're just going to wish you had three hands, basically. That's all I'm going to say. But also at the same time, what I also found was interesting was it felt so Matrix-like in some sense. Here's his character, Douglas Quaid, played by Colin Farrell, and he almost reminded me of Neo, Thomas Anderson, being in a world that he doesn't believe is real, and yet he tries to find out who he really is, kind of thing. And that's how I envisioned this movie, watching it. As it sort of like got halfway, I was like, it reminds me of Matrix in some sense, in that here we have an army of robots a guy who doesn't know who he is, who wants to know find himself, look for himself, know who he is, and it's just like, it's almost parallel to The Matrix in some sense. But I'll say this as well, Kate Beckinsale, bloomin' hell, that woman is awesome. The fight scene between her and Jessica Biel, just that was pretty much what sold me about the film, really. I mean, apart from the fact that it's a remake of the Arnold Schwarzenegger original, it just those two having a fight together really did do it for me. So it lived up to that particular part of the film did it for me. I was happy. But overall, it wasn't too bad. It could have been better. Script could have been a bit better. I did think that the action sequences were pretty good. I actually quite liked it. The way that the world has been imagined, the way that they've imagined the world, the Earth and stuff, it's almost also Blade Runner like in some sense. It's kind of like Len Wiseman, who directed the movie, must have looked at what Ridley Scott did for Blade Runner and thought, I could probably use that concept, and you can see it, it's there. But overall, as I say, it could have been better, but I still like the idea of the whole planet, the little tunnel, massive tunnel rather, going through the planet's core. Who knows, one day that might be a possibility. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there, people. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.